so we're gonna do this show, and
Yeah.
for me, it's almost like it's a release show for this box set.
Okay.
I got Eric flying in from Florida. I got my
Cool.
old bassist John coming from Boston.
Okay.
And so we're just gonna kind of revel in it for a while.
Yeah.
So for me, it's almost like a nostalgic thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to be this guy past the show. I don't want to be the dude that like, let's do a quick reunion thing or something.
Yeah.
You know, because that feels, I don't know, sad to me.
It's very sad. I specifically remember a moment with this band down in Wilmington, down at like a Wii Fest, very early on when we were playing. And I think it's when we first got Brian and Dave. We were kind of touring on Missile Command, I think. And there was this guy from a band, and the band was pretty good. And he was collecting, he had just had a baby. And he was collecting the set list and all the stuff that people got him. He was putting into his guitar case. And it was his last show. And he came to the conclusion that, well, I have a family now and I'm never going to do this again. And my first thought was, man, what an old ancient fuck this guy is. You know, I'm never going to be that guy.
Yeah.
And then the second one was, man, that's going to be me. You know, like this, I don't know. I don't know if this is, you know, because, you know, you go through all this stuff. You have a bunch of people, you know, you more than me. I mean, you were on a major label, the whole deal. I was too much of, I don't know. I don't know if I could have ever been that focused. You know, I feel like you, one of the things I've always admired about you is that you just seem focused, and you get a lot of shit for being serious, but it means that you care. And my thing was always just, I don't fucking care. I don't care about anything.
Right.
And that's not
Did
really...
you really not care?
I really didn't.
Really?
But it's just in my nature.
Yeah.
I really don't care about much.
Yeah.
But it leads you to nowhere. You know what I mean? Like really caring. And
Well,
even
either just taking things overly serious.
no, no, but you know, you hear stories about people who do have like very great careers.
Yeah.
You know, whether it be Springsteen or somebody, these people are obsessive.
Yeah.
I'm not an obsessive person. It's
Yeah.
not in my personality. I write a song, I let it go. If it stinks, I never show it to anybody. If I think it stinks, if I think it's good, I lay it out there. If somebody tells me it stinks, stinks. If somebody tells me it's great, I say, well, great. But those things, I just didn't take care of.
That's really
the whole
healthy.
thing,
I guess as proof of me, you know, releasing all this backlog stuff is that I could never let go of it.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I did take it seriously, every single one of them.
Yeah.
Because the really shit, I never even let myself think about it.
Yeah.
You know, I get crazy about things.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking about the guy retiring. I just heard this interview with Fred Armisen from SNL.
Okay, yeah.
He was a drummer for this band in
Okay.
Chicago, like when Smashing Pumpkins were coming up.
Okay.
For like 10 or 11 years.
All right.
And go, please eat.
Yeah,
And,
well,
and he, they never made anything. Like he was just like.
They never made it.
Yeah, exactly. And he was like, I'm tired of this. He was a drummer.
Yeah.
He actually joined Blue Man Group as a drummer.
Really?
And
Okay.
like he was a talented guy.
Yeah.
Then he just quit 2 or 3 years later. He like went into comedy and went on SNL. He's on SNL. Like what? But he had a second life. He's like, I just didn't want to be the old graying dude playing music.
It's sad.
Yeah, but is it sad?
I don't know.
I don't know. It
See,
feels
but
sad.
now I don't think it's sad because I am that guy. But when I was young, man, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I remember being somewhere, just the thought, and you have this, everybody has these thoughts. It's the same thing. You don't have to be a musician to think this too. Just like, man, how old are these guys? How long are they going to be hanging on?
Yeah.
Playing at the Saint with this band, you know, the band, the Wrens, right?
Wow,
Very good
I
band.
think that band's great.
No, they are
They
a great.
still play.
They are a great band.
They're
But
so
when I was a little kid, I was a
Yeah.
little kid.
They
When I
played
was younger,
Budapest, and they were amazing.
dude, they are amazing.
Yeah.
But the thing, my point was,
You're-
as a
yeah,
younger
no.
guy, I didn't look at it like these guys are amazing. I
No.
looked at it like, dude,
Yeah.
you're playing the Saint on a Thursday night. Like, clearly,
But they seem to
there's
get
a
it.
Mexican restaurant you guys could be at right now, having fun with your wife. And I just wanted them to leave.
Yeah.
But I was a young kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't understand those things. You can never understand. Nobody has that wisdom to look back
But
and
is the
say,
trick just thinking that is to realize your place? So if you're an old guy and
Yeah.
you still think you're the shit,
Yeah.
then you're a fool. But if
Then
you're an
you're a
old guy
fool.
going, listen, I'm just playing this quick gig. And if it's a guy in a cover band, he's like, whatever. I have a full-time job and I'm just playing it. Like, that's cool. Why can't I be happy for him? Because I feel bad for him.
Yes, me too. Me too. And you can't.